Joining us now is Hannibal Mike Ware. He is the fired Inspector General of the Small Business Administration, and this is his first interview since he was fired. Mike, we appreciate you joining us. I know you were appointed during Trump's first term, unanimously confirmed by the Senate. So how did you learn of your firing, and what did the White House say to you?
Well, first off, thank you for having me. I learned about this on Friday evening about 7:40. My wife and I were out with a group of friends having dinner. My phone started blowing up from a bunch of other IGs because I am the chairman of the Council of Inspectors General for Integrity and Efficiency. So I went outside to take the call, and one of them notified me that they had received an email notifying them that they were fired immediately. And so I said, oh, that's a shame. I said, well, let me check my email, and noticed that I was on there as well. And then, of course, the calls started to pour in. That's how we found out.
What reason?
Wow, I'm sitting here almost laughing because, I mean, these people get in these positions and they sit in them for 30 years or until they die, you know, and they don't really do very much. And a lot of presidents just allow that shit. And anytime a president appoints someone, there is a partisan value to judges. The Supreme Court, the highest judge in the land, is partisan. And anything beneath that is too. And when they sit there and say that, oh, we just have so much integrity, we don't favor the Democrats or the Republicans. But listen to his conversation, look what network he's on, and tell me if he's partisan or not. He's partisan because his feelings are hurt. He just got fired and a whole bunch of other ones. I think they fired 17 or 18 of them. And they should have. I mean, what are they doing? What, honestly, most people are upset about it, and they don't even know what the IGs do. And I can help you on that one. They don't do very much.
Was given for your firing?
Well, the reason is actually the most alarming part. The reason was due to changing priorities of the administration. And the reason that is alarming is because IGs are not a part of any administration. IGs oversee how the priorities of the administration is being conducted to make sure that there's transparency in government and to make sure that there's no fraud, waste, and abuse in how taxpayer funds are being expended.
The legal justification here is somewhat murky because we know the Inspector General Act of 2022, which was pushed by Republicans in Congress, it requires a 30-day notification window from the White House informing Congress of an intent to fire an Inspector General to that IG being removed from on-duty status. So I wonder, given that, are you planning to go to work today?
That's a dumbass question. She just don't know what the fuck to say. I mean, hell no, he better not take his ass up there. They bugging when they fire you and you black. I don't know. He got a little bit of an accent, but his ass is dark enough to have bad things happen. If they fired him, it'd be in his best interest not to go on the premises. They would lock the goddamn shit down. She said, did you go up there? She want to see some violence or something? What kind of erroneous, irresponsible ass bullshit is that? But back to what she's talking to him about. He is the IG who oversaw the Small Business Administration. There's a bunch of them on all the networks whining and crying. But I selected him because Trump just kind of had that thing about Small Business Administration, like a lot of black people do. When you hear Small Business Administration, you think, you know, that's our way to get a loan, get an opportunity, you know, get a step up, open some shit up, or a company, a business, something at home, internet, something, shit. And with a black IG, you think that he would be really out there with the magnifying glass, making sure that we getting taken care of and getting our fair share of the loans and all that. Not true. Everybody in this country would be very disappointed if they paid attention to the details and found out that the Small Business Administration, the leading recipient of their loans, are white women. See, that's why that white women shit gets morphed into our struggle. We end up going out there and fighting for IGs to be brought back, only to be at the bottom. I don't give a fuck if the IGs go away, because I know what they do. They don't do nothing. If an IG isn't fighting for us, then why in the hell should we fight for him or for that job, that title, that position? Maybe Trump got another idea, but it cannot be worse than what we are right now at the fucking bottom of the recipients of Small Business Administration loans. That's fucked up. If people immigrate into this country, and Latinos, Asians, and pass us, get more of the government funding to start businesses than we do, and we gonna be the biggest ones crying and whining because the IGs got fired because the Democratic Party is heartbroken. Why? What is the IG been regulating and doing so well that their absence we're gonna miss? I don't know about the Democrats, but black people, I'm talking to you. What are you gonna miss? Is your world gonna be turned upside down because we don't have inspector generals watching to make sure that we stay at the bottom? Because that must be what they're doing. They're not making sure we rise up. They're not making any kind of policies or anything that give us an extra little bit of a boost to see that we have consistently been at the goddamn bottom since the fucking time we got here. And nobody sees that they need to figure it out. Maybe Trump did. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he is trying to fuck up their country. But we are at the bottom. If you are the roach on the bottom of somebody's shoe, you have no fucking idea if it's raining or not. You have no idea if it's a good day or a bad day. You can't even see the sun. We sitting here fighting for their shit, and they continue to use our struggle to do it. And I want that to be something that you guys think about. You'll see all the talk of the country being lost circle around to some kind of a civil rights act or a civil rights fight or some bullshit that we went through by dying and being integrated into schools and having fire hoses and German shepherds and shit turned on us. And now they want to take those vivid pictures and fucking somebody else is going to progress, because we haven't. They ain't got us anywhere. And the IG, the Inspector General office was what, in 1978 developed. So what did they do before that? And what did they do after that? I mean, after the IGs were implemented in 1978, the black people, did everybody say, yeah, that was that golden age for black? No, fuck no, it wasn't. We ain't got no goddamn golden age in this country, because they ain't doing shit for us, and we need to stop lending our story to them. Fuck that shit. Effective immediately.
You joining us. I know you were appointed during Trump's first term, unanimously confirmed by the Senate, was given for your firing.
Well, the reason is actually the most alarming part. The reason was due to changing priorities of the administration. And the reason that is alarming is because IGs are not a part of any administration.
As we know, the Inspector General Act of 2022, which
I call bullshit on that. Any judge in any capacity in this country, because the Supreme Court is partisan. They take sides for sure. And here we are with this guy. The IGs are just angels. They got halos and shit floating above their head. That ain't the truth. They as partisan as anybody else, and their hearts are hurt because they took that cush ass job that most of them just sit on and don't do nothing. Well, go fill out a job application if you need to. You probably got enough money to kick back. It's very unfortunate that and I've been hearing a lot of talk about this, you guys, and I've been wanting to have this conversation. We cannot get duped into this one. We ain't going for it. This is some straight out bullshit. They want us to believe that the firing of 17 or 18 IGs, or if he fired them all, who give a damn, is going to change our place when it comes to receiving loans and getting other type of benefits or opportunities in this country. Is it going to help our education? What exactly are they overseeing that's benefiting us? Nothing, not a goddamn thing. So why are we fighting for this? Why did they happen to have this guy come on MSNBC so all the black people could see his ass and be like, yeah, it's a big old game. He is out having dinner with his wife, and Trump rocked his fucking world. Maybe he need to rock a lot of their worlds. Maybe somebody do. Maybe they need to get the fucking work. Maybe they need to realize that job ain't going to be guaranteed to them. They need to do fucking something instead of just going and getting a check. We had 4 years of Biden's no good ass doing nothing. Let's see if Trump fucked this shit up or if he really got a plan. Is he just in there trying to do a whole bunch of chaotic shit? That's the word from the Democrats. But they're okay with a president doing absolutely not a fucking thing. So anything you do is going to be too much for them. And for anybody to be fighting to go back to what we had in that last administration. You guys, we 1 fucking week into the worst motherfucking president that everybody say we've ever had. Everybody say he's the biggest liar. He the biggest this. He the biggest a lot of shit. People say fucked up shit about Donald Trump. And this motherfucker been in office 1 week. And the Ukraine shit, y'all hear anything about them firing on Russia anymore? You hear anything about the Middle East? The people over there who didn't vote for Biden because of that reason should be happy. That's what they wanted. The people who didn't want any more illegal immigrants flowing into the country should be happy. Those are the people who voted for Trump. The people who did not vote for Trump want to go back to that. You want to go back to illegal immigrants pouring into our country, wars and mass destruction of lives being lost in both of them. That's what we want to go back to, because the Democrats say it's chaotic and it's going to change our democracy as we know it. The democracy ain't been that good for us, you guys, for any of us. And this is the same government that held slaves. Maybe it needs to be amended. Maybe some shit need to happen to make it a little different than it has been before, because it isn't working for us. We are cast at the bottom and we've been there too long, and it's becoming a permanent place because you guys are bringing in more people and putting them on top of us, and we can't get out of that. So I don't know, we're gonna have to figure this out, folks, together. But it's a conversation I've been looking forward to having, and I would love to see us get our heads together on this one, you guys, and not continue to run in the directions. Remember, the Democrats lost. They're the losing team. They're panicking, and which they're on there making they're just upset and mad. Yeah, fuck yeah, they are. I know they are, but they should be. But they lost an election. If they were doing the right shit as a seated president and vice president, and as natural progression would have it, she goes on to run for, that's perfect. But something wasn't right there. And we got to quit listening to that Democratic Party as black people and voting for them in them high numbers. We have to stop, because they're just making us look like fools. Snoop Dogg over there looking stupid. 85% of us over here looking stupid. You know, we just fragmented out all over the place, and we just need to just gravitate back together and take some deep breaths and get used to being around and loving on each other again, and then we'll take steps after that. But that's what we need to do in the beginning. Just get used to being around each other again and not arguing and fighting and fussing and debating American politics. Let's talk about black love. Let's talk about some shit we can all agree on.
Which was pushed by Republicans in Congress. It requires a 30-day notification window from the White House informing Congress of an intent to fire an inspector general to that IG being removed from on-duty status. So I wonder, given that, are you planning to go to work today?
Well, I did not go into the office today. I know that I heard from the folks that I had been denied access, so I did not enter. So that'll be a no for today.
I want to play some sound from Senator Lindsey Graham, who, as we've shown, was on our air over the weekend. And this is what he said about whether he thinks the Trump administration broke the law here.
Well, technically, yeah, but he has the authority to do it. So I'm not, losing a whole lot of sleep that he wants to change the personnel out.
The law that he broke was he didn't give them 30-day notification. And that's like a technicality because he just swore in, but then that's saying that he has to keep them for 30 days before he can fire him, and he decided to skirt that shit and fire him immediately. And if Congress want to do something, holding a majority of Republicans in the House and in the Senate, I would feel safe doing that too. He's just being aggressive. I mean, you know, if you can do it and get away with it, it's just been a lot of the Democrats are saying, oh, he's lawless. Oh, he's, you know, I just look at Joe Biden and I just all I have in that I can compare oranges to oranges or apples to apples, and that's them two. And nobody can convince me that Joe Biden is less racist than Trump, or Trump is less racist than Biden. I don't think we would be in the situation we are as black people if this country had turned that corner. We ain't turned that corner yet. We don't accidentally end up on the bottom of all these major areas. Home ownership, the bottom. Don't they have an IG overlooking that? Some housing loans, HUD, or some shit like that. Oh, remember when Trump gave it to the brain surgeon dude who he ran against? I can't remember his name right now. The black guy. He gave him HUD. He was a neurosurgeon. He gave him a fucking HUD job. That's just no respect or no understanding of how shit work. I guess he figured HUD, black people, and we get our face on all these major issues and items. Abortion and all this bullshit and all this everything that's just our name. It's bullshit because we shouldn't be the face of it. Someone else can be. It can be their fight. It can be their problem. I don't think that those things that they keep putting us in front of are our fight or our problem. Our problem is a whole different fight, and they're just giving us something to do to keep us busy so we don't ever go do the right shit. And it's just like, here, hey, go over there and fight for abortions. Hey, go over there and fight for the IGs that just got fired. Fuck the IGs that just got fired. They ain't did shit for us. None of them. And Lindsey Graham, I think he kind of broke the law. So what? He said it. No, what is she gonna do with that? Who's she gonna go tell? The Democrats is fucking hurt right now, and they need to give it up. They need to change as a group. If they plan on keeping black people, I cannot. If we vote for the Democrats again in the high 80s again in any other election, we all need some kind of mental help, because it doesn't make any sense. There's no way. I ain't saying that some black people can't be Democrats, but if the way that we're turned into this monolith that we claim we're not, them numbers is too good. We cannot be turning over that kind of support. And then after we give them our vote, we still got to go out there and hustle for them and get on stage and drop it like it's hot. And we on both sides now. We performing for the Republicans and we're performing for the Democrats. It's like, what's really going on? Are we mascots? I mean, are we even serious players in this country? We should be. That's what we should strive to be. Instead of somebody call you and tell you they're going to pay you $250,000 to demoralize your fucking self. You can't say, nah, I'll pass on that. I'm worth $100 million. That's how I look at it. Shit, $100 million, you don't need no goddamn $250,000 or whatever the fuck they gave him.
I just want to make sure that he gets off to a good start. I think he has. I'm very supportive of what he wants to do in America.
How do you respond to that?
Well, technically, yeah, is a funny thing, because technically, yeah, is not the world that inspectors general operate in. We provide oversight based on what the law says.
That's it. That's exactly right. They do provide oversight based on what the law says. The laws in the country is just fucked up. So there's no need for us to fight for IG to oversee laws that are against us. The laws don't benefit us. They are legally fucking discriminating against us. They are legally giving us the fewest of everything good. We can agree on that. And if that's a fact, then what good is an IG? We don't need him. He's just enforcing racist ass laws in a racist ass system. And if black people ever led on that list, it'd be a problem. Heads would roll. It'll be some fucking issues for real. But that'll never happen because everything is laid out and we the last to know. And we don't know yet, but we will know, and we will be the last to know. We the last to every fucking thing. And I'm tired of being last. Shit, y'all ain't tired of being last? Quit supporting that shit the Democrat. Look at MSNBC, look at CNN, and listen to what they're fighting for and ignore them. Because they're and especially when you see them have these black guests who come on, because they're out there getting us all hyped up. Because we get passionate and fighting and arguing and debating over this bullshit, and we still in last place. If Trump said, "What do you want me to do, Democrats?" and they told him a list, and he did everything they said, everything will turn back to the way it was. Is that what we really want? Do we really want the immigration problem like it was? That it was fueled by a president opening the border? Is that what we really want? I don't know, man. I mean, if that's what we really want, hey, that ain't what I want. I want different. And I want streets and neighborhoods over here to look like they're supposed to look and follow the laws of this. You can't bring people in illegally and then say, oh, it's illegal. I mean, it's legal for them to set up and start cooking on the corner. People like, oh, the tacos be on point. No. We have fucking laws in this country, food laws for illnesses and killing people. If somebody buy a taco and die, you can't even find that truck to sue them. How do you even know who sold the taco or if that's what it was? You can't skirt those kind of laws. Those laws have to exist for the safe and health of Americans. And you put us at risk because the policies in this country cater to immigrants, a whole lot of them, in a lot of ways because of the work and the work that they will do and the work that they are doing. But that is no reason to discriminate and continue to abuse black people. If that's what y'all want to do that's not our business, not our concern. But we don't want black and brown. We want black. Because black and brown ain't working for us. People of color, that ain't working for us either. We want black. Black everything. So that everybody know who you talking about. So you can't say people of color and then give out 400,000 loans, but only 3 of the 400,000 went to black people. Because you just gave them to people of color. Nah, that's done work for us. I don't like that stuff, the tricky words and lying to us. And this dude is bummed out. He had his life planned out. He was going to be chilling in that IG role and not doing anything but enforcing the law. He see all kind of injustices, but as long as they're in accordance with the law, he don't give a fuck. Wow, that's just pretty much how the country's running. As long as it's in a law, you can do it. It's legal to do anything you want to do. And that's why they're legally fucking us up. And we ain't even mad about it.
And I'd like to say this. This is not about any of our individual jobs. We acknowledge that the president has the right to remove any of us that he chooses. But the protections that were baked in to the act is everything. Absent having to provide a real reason, we're looking at what amounts to a threat to democracy, a threat to independent oversight, and a threat to transparency in government.
Well, what did we do before 1978? I would just like to know. If we didn't have the Office of the IGs until 1978, was the country just like the Wild Wild West? And now all of a sudden he's saying this shit like the Democrats on the Democratic station. No, the democracy is at risk. We're going to lose it. If we're going to really fucking lose the democracy, like for real, you guys, like because of Trump, what are we going to save it? The slaves? The people who they treat the worst? The people who get the least of every goddamn fucking thing that is given out in this country? And you think that it would be okay for us if we could just stand up and picket, protest, whatever special skills we have and save the country, only to be in last place again in every other category? What fucking sense did that make? That's why we need to sit silent when it comes to following the deeds of the Democrats and what MSNBC is expecting of us. It's ridiculous. We got better shit to do. Like take a nap or something. Go drink a beer. It's so much other shit you can be doing other than on a whim, because the Democrats lost an election and they weren't prepared even after losing the election to legislate or to get involved or to do something so you're not just cast aside sitting on the sideline, as Jasmine Crockett says, eating popcorn. That's some bullshit. You need to be involved. We voted and elected you guys to be up there doing something at all times. And if it means the Black Caucus going across the street and talking to Trump to get something moving for us, and that's what the fuck you got to do. Swallow your pride or whatever you need to do. I don't know. But we cannot continue this way as black people, because we are being put in all these arguments and all these fights and all these sentences and struggles. But when it come down to the spoils and the rewards and the benefits, we know where it's like nobody call us when they firing up the grill and pouring the wine and the drinks. Where we at? We're at the bottom. At the bottom. And there's no way that we can be mad at Trump for doing something that's different than what we've ever seen before. Because everybody else just move a little bit this way and a little bit that way, and racism just strong as it's ever been. The weight of it on the back of our goddamn necks. We tired of it. We want to see something different. And if the Democratic Party gave a damn about us, they wouldn't be telling us to fight for our own demise. They wouldn't tell us to fight to pull the big old boulders back on top of us so we can't move no more. What kind of fools do they think we are? We have not been doing a very good job dealing with the Democrats. They gave us that little Voting Right Act back in the 60s. And, I mean, we act like we own our lives. We don't. We don't. We gave them our fucking votes. That's good enough. We gave them our votes for long enough. I think that debt has been paid. We fucking don't owe them shit. We never did. But we feel like we do. Get rid of that. Your vote is your vote. You can vote whoever you want to vote for.
This is the statute isn't just a technicality. It's a key protection of IG independence, is what it is. And just like you referenced, just over 2 years ago, these things were put in to strengthen our independence, not to weaken it and treat it as if it's a technicality. And then think about this. I would say this to what I just heard. Adherence to the IG Act cannot be done in a piecemeal manner. You can't decide, I'm not going to follow that part of the IG Act, but, I'm going to follow the part that allows IGs to have full and unfettered access to all agencies' records and personnel. You're going to follow the part that says that we get to determine.
They're snitching now. He's mad. His feelings are hurt because Trump's taking this shit in a different direction. And if he's got the power to fire these IGs, then he has the power to piecemeal this shit together if that's what he chooses to do. It might not be the best fucking idea in the world. It might not work. I don't know. But look how much shit hasn't worked. Why now? Why are we so upset now is that the democracy is in danger and it might not this and it might. What's the problem now? A significant amount of our black men are locked up. What is their hope? What are they going to do? They can't come back from that shit. Some of them. I just think that we need to get our focus right. Have some barbecues and some picnics. Start hanging out with some of your relatives and your friends and your neighbors who are black, and get to know them. We so closed off now. We stay away from each other. We shouldn't. We should embrace each other. We should get used to being around each other, and we should get used to disagreeing with each other and still have love for each other. You ain't got to look at nobody different. He not dumb. He not smart. He not stupid. He not mean. He not an asshole. He just has an opinion that differs from yours. That's all. And it's okay. It's actually a good thing. You can't learn nothing from nobody who know the same shit you know. You're going to learn something from somebody who you disagree with or who's saying something that sounds a bit unfamiliar. But it'll be good in the long run. Just trust me.
Determine which investigations we conduct and not. If you split it up like that, it's all gone. We might as well not have an Inspector General Act at all.
That's why he fired on y'all. He thought just what you said. Might as well not have them at all. Fuck it. They aren't doing shit. And I'm saying that from a perspective of a black person. They ain't doing shit. Any black person want to debate me, just tell me where we're leading in, that IGs are have the jurisdiction over. What laws are they enforcing to make sure that we don't get shorted? None. Nah, nothing's gonna change. Don't worry about it. Go to bed, wake up, and you won't even know there are no IG. If they hadn't told you in this news story, you probably wouldn't even know. Because if they hadn't told me in the news story, I wouldn't know. They're not the busy people that they pretend to be. Where were you when you got fired, Keel? I always remember that. I was out with the wife and some friends, just hobnobbing and having a good old time with all that money they paying them over there. But that is coming to a screeching halt. Although I don't think you'll be homeless. There's no worry of that. We won't be doing a GoFundMe for the IGs.
We might as well not have an independent oversight mechanism for our government.
If the goal was to remove people who weren't aligned with the Trump vision, and we were told by a White House official, we're cleaning house of what doesn't work for us and going forward.
Wouldn't any president do that? I mean, do Democrats come in and keep Republicans around who they don't like and who work against them or who have a different ideology? I mean, what do you do? You fucking fire them. You ask them to leave. You tell them to go somewhere else and work. And nothing personal, but you just ain't gonna work out here, bro. You got a different ideology than we do. Fuck. I can't understand why we can't get that. Why the Democrats act like it's a bad thing for Trump to come in and get rid of people he don't feel is rolling in his way. You don't want nothing to slow you down. You have 4 years to get everything you've done. He said a lot of shit. Believe me, he moving way faster than I thought he was. I thought he is full of shit. He isn't. I mean, he's probably got a lot of shit in him, but he ain't completely full. Some of this is coming to pass. He's doing the things that he said he was going to do. And we want to slow it down by getting up and whining and crying that we're going to lose our democracy. And to be honest with you, he just swore in a week ago. But as far as the 30-day notification that he was supposed to get our IGs before terminating them, because that's the only law that he broke. Technically, he was saying the whole time on his that there would be retribution. Remember? And if nobody don't remember, go look at one of Kamala Harris's speeches. He's gonna take away the democracy and terminate the Constitution and put us on house arrest. Remember all the stuff she said? So that's your 30-day notice. He basically was saying, I'm about to fuck this country up. Here's your 30-day notification. He gave you more than a 30-day notification, according to the Democrats. He let us all know, according to the Democrats, that he was going to change America as we know it. So he just doing what he said. He won. Maybe y'all should have beat him. Shit. Ran somebody other than Kamala.
Then, what types of things could go unchecked? And what, more broadly, is the impact?
Well, the impact is this. I'll tell you. Our community has been doing effective work since inception of the IG Act in 1978. In the last 10 years alone, we have over $143 billion in investigative recoveries alone. We have a $26 return on investment on every dollar spent on IG offices. In my office at SBA alone, over the past 5 years, we have a return on investment of over $50 per every dollar spent on us. So what is being stripped away is an independent way to provide the type of protections.
Well, he sounds like he's a really good IG. But I guess IGs don't really deal in fairness. They just deal in laws and enforcement of them. So no matter how good you are as an IG, you're never going to do anything to get us off that bottom. So this is not our fight. I don't give a damn. What we need to do is figure out what our fight is. Our fight is how to get off that goddamn bottom. Oh, my God. And they bring this man in, and he's feeling bad for himself. They should have gave him a week to kind of get over himself and shit, and then he probably wouldn't even wanted to do this interview because this is not going to age well.
And the type of transparency that every American citizen decides or deserves, rather. And that's what's at stake. And what's interesting is that for years, we have been viewed as nonpartisan, non-political.
Yep, you have been, but you're not. That's the thing. You've been viewed that way. Trump is really in a good place. You guys remember last time when he swore in the first time? He swore in, and everything he did, they took him right to court. He ran to court. They ran to court. And he started appointing those federal judges, like a whole bunch of them, all over the country. Those vacant seats that Obama left, he didn't seat judges like he was supposed to. So he left a lot of vacant seats. He seated a lot, but Trump came in, seated a lot of judges, got the majority on the Supreme Court. You guys notice now he's doing a lot of executive orders and a lot of shit, and all you're hearing is the TV news stations saying he broke the law, he's breaking the law, and all that shit, but they're not dragging him into court. Not like they was last time. There are going to be some lawsuits for sure, but it ain't going to be like last time. He got that supermajority and he got the Supreme Court. It's going to be a whole lot different this time. And the Democrats should have figured that out, because we're not going to be hoes for them, y'all. We cannot be hoes for them. They're going to come to us and make us bring up some old civil rights shit so they can use that to get a win. And we just can't do it. No more infomercials out of us, y'all. That shit ain't happening.
What's happening right now is historic in that this has never happened before. When the IG Act was first passed in President Reagan's first term at the beginning, he attempted to do this and then pulled back the attempt after realizing that this type of checks and balance is exactly what is baked into our very Constitution. But it was only a couple of weeks ago that Senator Joni Ernst touted the work of IGs and our independence and created the IG caucus within the Senate. And we would hope that the IG caucus stands up for what is right and stands up for independent oversight and stands up for transparency in government.
Do you worry
That's
about
really what's at stake.
Do you worry about who's going to replace you?
Oh, well, at this point,
I really hope they eliminate the IGs and do something else. I hope they really do change some segments of the government. I don't think they work well for black people. I think that a lot of this stuff that we believe is there to help us isn't, because they have programs and they have people and judges and courts and regulations and acts and laws, all these for us. And you can't even fit it all in one house. There's just so much papers and laws and regulations, and we still in last place. What if it was no regulations? Where would we be? In slavery again or something? I mean, that's why I just want to see if he does what everybody says he does. And I noticed that a lot of the news channels keep talking about this stuff is directly aimed at black people and how it's going to affect us black people. And I don't know about that, you know. I think it's gonna affect us, but I think it's gonna. I mean, the shit. Maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic or some shit. Because I romantically think we're gonna pull this shit together, and win. Us black people, I think we can do it. A lot of people are betting against us. They think that we're gonna continue to fight for a government that ain't fighting for us. We have to fight for ourselves within this government, and we can't be a part of it. Being a part of this government, look what it's done. They only pick the black people they like. There ain't no black people up there we like. And then the ones that do get up there that we like, they acting. Because if they was real with it, they would be using their voice for us and not to be up there talking about some shit that don't even matter. That had nothing to do with us. If it don't get us to closing that wealth gap, get us off the bottom, then we don't need to be talking about it. We need to keep it real, clean, and clear and simple. And that's just it. But the IGs got fired, y'all, 17 or 18 of them. And they expect black people to be afraid that if that democracy fall apart, you guys, I'm telling you, we've been through worse. They haven't. We have. A lot of these people over here might leave America. They might go back where they came from. They might not like the new Trump rules or whatever it is he's implementing. Project 2025, all that stuff we heard, it may be coming to pass. But is it really scaring any of you black people, really? When you're still on the bottom in every way imaginable? Maybe they'll redo police departments. Under Trump, I don't think we're going to see that. But under Democrats, I know we ain't going to see it either. So we just stuck. Who can we look at? Who can we look to help us get the police off our neck? Nobody, because they both want the police on our neck. So I'm cool with the IGs being gone. Hey guys, let's hang in there. Give him a couple of days. He's still signing shit. He probably have another big old group of people who've been around for a few decades and done nothing, and gotten rid of them as well. They trimming things up. They shutting it down. He listening to Elon Musk, who is from racist South Africa. So there's a issue there potentially. Because Elon, sometime, that little High Hitler thing he did on stage, I think that was a little over the top. There was no need for that. That was like some gang shit. I don't think he should have done that. I was offended by it myself. But anyway, folks, let's hang in there. I'm going to make another video soon. As soon as Trump whacks some more heads, fires some more people, or threaten the democracy. Like, comment, share, and please subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.